Didn't I fix this? Man. It just reset again. Good thing I noticed this time. Testing. All right, maybe there's something else going on. Okay. Testing. Testing. All right, there we go. Yep. Something's going on with my microphone. It's resetting. Somebody tell me in your heart. Well, all right. Somebody take me in your arms tonight. Oh, take me in your arms. Stand it all is what I'm out here doing. We can breeze it all. I'm going to lose what I want to. My life. Yeah, for now. I don't know. For now. So Galadriel of Lothlorien, 3-minute 3/3. Whenever the ring tempts you, you choose. If you chose a creature other than this, you scry 3, and then whenever you scry, you can look at the top. If it's a land, put it into play. So it's kind of like the well, sort of the what is it? The blue-green turtle. I actually can't quite remember how it reads. This thing. But you have to like scry to do the thing, I suppose. I had a great deal of success with this commander. Just playing lands off the top is pretty good for the command zone. It's like an Oracle of Moldiah. So I don't know if the scrying setup thing is better, but you do get to, I suppose, draw more. This also costs 3, so you can play it on turn 2 a lot more actually consistently, and that's really, really good. But you do have to play some weird cards to just trigger scry in the first place. It might offset that, but we shall see. But yeah, there's a bunch of random scry cards. I want the cards that kind of scry all the time and not just quote-unquote one time. I think the repeating scry is a bit more useful. Maybe I'm wrong. There's this thing too. Whenever you scry or surveil, you draw. There's Opt, which is definitely a one-time scry, and it's an example of a card that scries and doesn't actually set up the top of your deck for your commander. I'm playing, I think, 3 Tempt with the One Ring cards, and I could just go down to like 2. These 2 are fine. I think I have like a bounce spell one too somewhere in here, like this one. I don't know if this one is that exciting. If I don't have another creature, then I can't even scry 3 anyways. Like, is this good? I have a creature, I have my commander, and then I have this. Like, I don't know, but willing to try. I'm playing this because the new set comes out tomorrow, which is The Hobbit, and we're going to play the One Ring. Or Lord of the... Wait, what was the name of the set even? Lord of the Rings? I don't even actually know. I think it was just Lord of the Rings. But yeah, the next chunk of Lord of the Rings comes out. A set I'm actually excited for, so... Yep. Let's try Season of Growth. Whenever a creature enters, I don't have a lot of creatures in my deck. You know what? Let's put it in instead of Opt. There we go. All right, let's play the game. I'm sure this isn't like perfect, but oh, that's another thing I suppose I should say. If you don't complete all your quests when a new set comes out, they go away. You get 3 quests when a set comes out, so you want your quests to be empty on the new set day. For anyone who didn't know that, or, you know, anyone who cares. Does Wang Shi Tong draw? I don't really like Wang Shi. I don't like Wang Shi Tong in general. Probably have to just draw off of... No, I think I cycle... Yeah, I'm just mulligan that. Just gonna mulligan it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, wait. Cantrip, maybe? No. No idea. No clue. Let's get... I hope I have Breeding Pool in here. Thank you. Alright, Commander. You're in. Now I have to scry. Or it doesn't do much. The Planetarium? Oh, well, I have to look at it. I don't know. Doesn't sound familiar. Okay, my opponent cracked the fetch land and then didn't do anything. Enters a leave tap or target creature. Okay, yeah. That's fine. Interesting. Let's play that. Land. Come on. Land. Land. Thank you. We did it. We did it. I can pack it in. We're free. Alright, now I swing for 3, I guess? I think this is the first time I've ever seen anyone activate Tony Stark. 1, 2, so it costs 5? That costs 5? Which they do have 5 mana with the Mox Ember, right? Okay. I don't... Oh. Alright. I was gonna say, I don't know if I'm even worldly tutoring. I probably am, and I can get Ice Till Explorer and just, like, play a bunch of lands, I guess. Yeah, I'm probably always worldly tutoring. But surprised they gave up. I don't think divination was that crucial. But alright. Washington. Whoops, that's not how you spell that. No one look at that. Whenever you scry or surveil, look at the top card of your library, cast it without paying its mana cost. Alright, that's pretty out there at 6 mana. It's really out there, but fine. Throw it in the pile of nonsense. I'll take out this random tempt with a 1 ring card. I was like in my head trying to type out Washington, and I missed the space bar. Oh, I forgot Exploration was in here. I thought I didn't play this. I wasn't sure if I wanted to. I don't have Burgeoning. Well, I can't play it turn 1. Another reason why I maybe don't like it that much. It's still going to be played here. Guess this gets a green or a blue. I think it gets a green. Alright, well, exploration sort of did the same thing it was going to do anyways. So which one of us ignores the other better? That's the main question we have here. I will probably mana leak a 4-mana card. So I really don't want to see double 2. Alright. That doesn't do it. I think it just always blind reveal. Yeah. And then I can do this for 0, which is not a good idea. So. Alright, well, I'm out of stuff. I don't think my opponent targets my stuff, so. Of course, I don't draw anything good there. Let's crack this. I mean, I'm extremely close to just losing. I didn't draw anything good. Let's do this for 1, because it doesn't really matter. Actually, we can do it for... Ugh, that is kind of ugly, isn't it? Yeah, alright, we'll do it for 2? Might as well take a land. It's free to grab a land. So I'll just grab a land. I'll just freeze, so. And I'm gonna swing because I don't care about anything. And I can unable to scream their commander, and then maybe the creature they get doesn't win. I don't know. I'm playing like 45 lands or something. I think. So this dies again if I play it now, but I'm definitely going to play it. Definitely gonna play it anyways. Lotus Cobra is not it. Always reveal. It is another land. Lucky us. This has to happen. And then I have to, like... I don't know. I don't know. I have no cards in my hand. This is a spot where, like, the Ninja Turtle might just be better. In these top deck spots. I don't even know what I'm drawing towards. Emrakul? Yeah, Emrakul's castable. Technically. So we'll see. Man, what a what a mindless deck. It's just all the same cards. Oh, it's funny. I love it. All the same cards. Alright, I drew nothing. Let's do this again anyways. There's nothing else to do. Scry. Skewed Swarm doesn't do anything in the face of the dragon. Always yes. It's a counterspell. Alright, so now I'm dead. I'm dead. I know what I'm drawing. It's not useful. The game's over. Dead. Well, ran out of cards. Maybe I can play Treasure Cruise and stuff? I don't know. I had a ton of mana and like nothing to do with it. And I do not want to just play Earl again, so let's put something that's worth casting in here. I didn't get a single scry card, did I? Not really. You don't like Ralph and Mikey? Ralph and Mikey is like the most honest thing in the entire game. I'm sorry to hear that. There's a lot of things that are more offensive to me than that thing. Ralph and Mikey is super fair. Super fair. It's just like a totally naked 7-mana 7/7. It's super fair. So easy to kill it. So easy to counter it. Could play Expropriate. Doesn't really help me when my hand is empty. This is an elf. It's not a human, right? Yeah. Could just play more Eldrazi. I do feel like I get to 10 mana in a deck like this. Oh, there's Bonnie Paul too? Yeah, I like Bonnie Paul actually. Kind of forget it exists a lot. Kama's good. Kama's good. It does like specifically stop Ralph and Mike. You know, I would rather play against Ralph and Mikey every time instead of Atali. Every single time. Summon Bahamut? Nah. What's that weird wizard thing? This thing? One less for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard, and then when it attacks, you may cast one. There's a lot in this deck, right? No, there actually isn't a lot in the deck. Okay. Never mind. I don't know who Galandril's husband is. All right, let's take out Doppelgang. That's a little too out there. Still not totally convinced I want exploration. I think I'm taking that out. Maybe. If I want exploration, I want burgeoning. No, I'm gonna take it out. I'll play Dig Through Time. Oop. Sylvan Anthem. Oh yeah, Elrond supposedly. I mean, we are playing season, so a little bit light on creatures, anyways. Could probably play that. There's also Oracle. I kind of forgot about Oracle. It does scry every turn, which is a funny thing to like, but I think I do. I could play weird, horrendously questionable cards like this. Like, oh, there's a 1-mana version. That's a lot better, actually. Well, then it's like, why? Like, you can't play it before your commander? That's weird. But if it is a growth spiral, actually, because of that, let me take out Joint Exploration and Omen of the Sea. What do we have for scrying at like 1 mana? Maybe Fairy Seer is fine. I can pick up certain things with this card. But that implies I have to hit my opponent with something that gets in all the time. Oh, the Sigiled Starfish? The tech? What deck did I play that I had this in there? I don't believe I've played Galadriel before, but I know I've played Sigiled Starfish before. And I feel like this is the only commander that would do that. So maybe it was. Maybe I did play this before. I can't remember. The tech. I want to play this so bad. Even though it's like so bad. This is a creature. Draw a card. You can try that. Is there a... How do I do anything with Nadu? There's like... There's 0 cards in this deck that do anything with Nadu. Oh, I guess there's an unsummon. Yeah, there's not a single card in this deck that does anything with it. Unless it got changed in a way that I don't remember. Alright, I'm gonna just go down some lands. I did take out Exploration. That's fine. I don't really want to go too crazy with that, though. Don't know what this one is. Alright, this is the one that always has hardened scales on turn 1, I think. I only have one forest. Guess I'll make do. Suppose I'll make do. I found another one. I think that is an ideal card here. Even though it's in an awkward moment. Okay, that's actually kind of surprising. Can I just get a forest? It's probably safe to just grab that one. Fellos is dumb. I can actually do this turn if they want. My opponent's played 2 mana sources a turn. This is mono green. It's not like 5-color randomness. Opponent literally has Omniscience on turn 3. Typical green nonsense. What does that do? Okay, so I have to stop their commander? I suppose I don't have to stop it this turn cycle, but I can play... I guess I play my commander. No, wait, do I? I don't think Unable to Scream this turn does anything. I don't care about Incubation Druid. A land would be good. That's decent, but I don't have any cards in my graveyard, so... Alright, Blind Land. It is a land, but it's not the right kind of land. Put a 1/1 counter on this creature. When it dies, draw a card for each counter on it. So... play this on the Walker? No, I'm just gonna lose no matter what I do here. Okay. You got it. Omniscience turn 3. Doesn't really matter what you do at that point. On the play. Not really anything in the game's gonna beat that. Well, outside of ranked, maybe. Oh, I thought this was the mirror. I was about to say, there is no way I'm playing the mirror. That's crazy. That is crazy. Well, suppose it's a library game. And that does mean, because they have a 1-drop, of course they do, I can't even tap it now, because I have to, like... whatever. The game just feels over already. Hey, I can't even use the library. What does this do? I think I tails end this specifically. Okay, maybe it's not over. Maybe it's not over. I didn't lose to Llanowar Elves. They, like, didn't use Llanowar Elves, so we're kind of back in it. If they did use it, I don't know what this game would be looking like. But probably not very good. Oh look, more mana. So I can play this. How do I leave that up though? Elf. Play this. Pass. Okay. All things considered, not surprisingly that big of a deal here. Let's draw a card then, I guess. It's not like my opponent gets any value out of it. I need something to do, and I need it now. This? I think I have to like that. Think. I have 7 cards in my hand. So, draw. I don't have a... Oh, wait, I panicked for a second. Thought I didn't have what I needed. Okay. They might have a counter spell. I mean, they have mana now. They can't... Again, I don't think they can swing. This 3/2's locking it down. Nope. Opponent says they can swing. Wow. That's pretty nutty. That's actually kind of crazy. Oh, it's because there's a combat trick? Maybe not. That seems a bit surprising. Seems a bit surprising. Alright, so I'll play land and then play 2, 3, 4, 5. And just pass again. Hand is full of stuff. opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. It now costs 3 when they go to cast it next, so not the best counter spell there. And I don't have Beseiju for Lightning Greaves anymore. I cannot make my opponent shuffle? If I had Beseiju, I suppose I could have. I can bounce their commander with Otawara? Maybe? Okay, let's lead with a draw here. I need stuff. I need stuff, please. I suppose I can start to actually try to scry at this point. It is a land. I will take it. And then play a land of my own. I'm very far out from tapping this. So I can play this. And then pass. Okay, we're like kind of putting something together. I don't know what that what that's all gonna translate into long term, but I have to Otawara this? Even though they can just simply recast it. Oh, I can't Otawara. I thought I could. Alright, never mind. Nothing I can do about that. Okay. Not quite what I expected, but sure. I don't quite understand this block or attack. It looks like there's something castable. My opponent has totally and completely hosed and removed my scrying stuff. Again. I don't see the merit in not blocking. Congratulations if you have Tyvar's whatever. Reason. Reason. Okay, let's play this thing. My 2020 Gyox? What is Gyox? I don't remember that. Okay, Emrakul's good, but can I cast it right now? Suppose I have to think about it now, which is unfortunate. Instant artifact. No, I can't. So I just take the... Oh, this is so bad. Alright, whatever, I'm just doing that. Wait, I don't know actually how these stack. Okay, they stacked in an order I did not like. I'd have to manually adjust that for the future. I could just be totally and completely dead, by the way. Oh, I could have... Oh, no, that doesn't cast it. That doesn't cast it. Doesn't work. Suppose I should stop some amount of mana, even if it's arguably trivial. Or nothing matters. That works too. I have to leave up Otawara, I guess? I don't even think Embercool would save me even if I could cast it. Okay, I guess we had to think about that. Appreciate you. Very difficult. Another game completely decided by Manadorks. I just have no answer to. My opponent had Manadorks and I didn't, even though my deck has Manadorks in it, so all that was. I don't even like Season to Growth, so I don't like Sylvan Anthem. All right, none of you. Actually, ice still kind of messes up the top of my deck. Sometimes I don't want that to happen. Oh, mana. think I own Bloom Tender. Come on, can I just type one time in the dark? One time? I do own Bloom Tender. I don't remember how I got Bloom Tender. I don't know if I like cultivate effects, but maybe I just need them anyways. 1 into 3 is still the best thing in the game, so maybe 1 into 3 about anything that isn't my commander is just better. Certainly feels like it. I can afford to shave a land, and I certainly have some questionable land. There's a lot of lands here that are just tapped. Yeah, I'm taking out the campus. I'm just never tapping 5 mana to scry 1 with the campus. If I'm doing that, I'm losing, right? Or I've already lost. So the oil counters, and then with all oil counters it dies and shuffles. I played that? I didn't play that. I said, and I probably still think this, I said it was the worst commander in the game, and I think it still is. That's not hyperbole. I don't remember playing it, though. Let me look. Oh, I did play it. Wow, I played it 1,000 days ago. I don't remember. Let's see, what did it do? I said it was the worst commander in the game. Like, objectively the worst. I had Platinum Angel in here. Oh, man. I'm sorry I had to see that. I don't think it did anything a single time. I think I played it because someone asked me to. Alright, let's try that. I couldn't have possibly made it worse, so. Like, Yox takes like an insane amount of time to do the thing, like the first time in a game. By the time you do the thing, the game's over. Takes an insane amount of setup. I suppose that's fine. I'm probably never dazing turn 1 ever, so I'm not even gonna read. Well, I'm gonna read it. Other factors to carry the target creature. Okay, that's interesting. Let's play that, I guess. Chrome Dome. Thoughtcast. I'll daze that. I'm going to argue that's valuable, especially if my opponent's willing to do it before they cast their commander. I'm going to say that's important to them. They can, now they can know the top card because I can't shuffle again. That's hardly a big deal. They might not even crack that because it is an artifact. Nope, they do. Rofellos. I can cast it. Is that better than anything else? I only have 1 forest. I think I'd rather just play Oracle here. Honestly. And then, like, swing with it and play my commander next turn. Rofellos tapping for 1 is kind of lame. Alright, everyone else under the sun gets Oracle to just find the perfect card, so surely that means I can. Surely. I'll swing before I play the land. It doesn't really matter, actually, what order I do this. That's not a land. I think I'm just going to get rid of that. I'll always just say yes. And then I'll play that. Same scenario. Keep that on top. Okay, I did something. Now I have to do more of that something. I'll upkeep search. Surveil. What the heck does that do? Other artifact creatures you control attacks. Alright, is this like a Steel Overseer deck? Is that what's going on here? Feels like a Steel Overseer kind of situation. That I can do better. Well, actually, it does scry and draw cards. Maybe I don't have to do better than that. I can't swing anymore because, of course, I can't. Okay, I should blow this up, actually. Yeah. I should always blow up Iron Man. So, I can swing, even though I really don't want to blow it up with this card. Such is life. Let's crack this fetch land now. Get Spaghetti Pool. Swing. Don't want that. Blind Reveal. It's a Farsight. Let's play Rofellos, I think. Yep. Has more mana even... Nah, whatever, I'm playing it. Karn. No. How do I beat the One Ring? That is certainly in my opponent's wheelhouse. Okay, they're not tapping the One Ring this turn. Oh wait, they have a land anyways? Okay, they have a land anyways. They are tapping the One Ring. I was about to say, I feel like tapping the One Ring is pretty significant here. The One Ring has capacity to solo me, so... Let's play this first, I think. That's interesting. That's not... This is kind of interesting. Might be too late for it. I don't know, it kind of does what I'm trying to do. So, decline, reveal, and then play this again, and then play the Maze Mind's Tome. Swing. It feels really, yeah, alright, it was wrong to keep this. It just feels wrong. It should not have kept that. Should not have kept that. And then I'll probably just draw off of the tome instead of scry, which is roughly the same. If I scryed a land into play, I don't think that matters that much. It's basically just me versus the One Ring. The One Ring just kind of nullifies their commander too, because it's like a better version of it. I really like the idea of my opponent not enjoying Rofellos for some reason. I feel like I've been benefiting from them being scared of Rofellos when I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I already have 9 mana. Interesting. Can you even tap the One Ring? You take 2. Alright, I guess they can. Take 3, 2, 3. No, it's not lethal. They do not attack me. I think it was free to attack me. I don't know if it would have gotten anywhere, but certainly felt free. Let's play you. You. Draw a card. Okay. Well, then I don't have any mana. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna do this. I can't activate this anyways, so. Alright, we're gonna do this, and I now have to do the manual spadoodle thing, and then I swing at them because of the One Ring. And that's a land. So keep that on top. You first. Wait, what? Why is it doing it the right way this time? It did not do that last time. I don't know. Fairy Seer. Well, I might as well cast that. Yep. In the deck for a reason. Those are both cards with text on them. Alright, I have a Brainstorm. And my opponent can't tap the One Ring and has to deal with my board. They cannot tap the One Ring, they have to deal with the board, an extra turn doesn't do it. How do you do all of that? I'm sure it's possible. What does that do? Okay. That stops my attack. Wait, does it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it does. No, wait, no, it doesn't. 1, 2, 3. They have to play another creature. All right, now I can't do anything. Or rather, I can't attack. So let's play you. Think that kills him. Kills him doubly. I just get rid of that thing and then they die. Emrakul. Well, we like that. Tragic. And then I swing with the 2 attackers, and then, assuming all goes well, they just die to the One Ring. Oh, hey. The fact that this costs 5 still with this many lands in play is not a good sign. Not a good sign. And then play you. Green. I don't know if there's anything my opponent could ever do to stay alive here. But I might as well make the best of it. Tails in, Stifle. Sure. Does that keep you alive? Birding counters are 0? No, I didn't think so. No. Some cards in some text lines will, like, that will save you, because it will see that it's, like, it doesn't have any when it's in the graveyard type thing, but this is not one of those cards. I couldn't tell you exactly what that is, but this just isn't one of them. It's funny. I wonder if well, clearly my opponent has never done that because they would have known. So that's kind of funny. But nope, got him. Also, we're not even dead this turn, even if like they did do that. I still, as far as it appears to just live. I mean, there's a River's Rebuke, I guess, but Cyclonic Rift is gone. Yeah, it is gone. They used this. They were just like really scared of Rofellos when I had a ton of lands, and Rofellos only had 3 forests the entire game, so kind of surprising. But I don't think the other things getting bounced is any better, and if they had nothing to do, I guess it makes sense. But I never saw an Oracle card, did I? No, I don't think I did. Gotta maybe work on the forests more. I mean, I do have these 2 cards. Oh, either way. Sweet. Yeah, what's the example of that not happening, though? GG for 10 jewels. Look at you go. Look at you go. What's an example of it happening in the opposite way? That's what I want to know. Because I know there is an opposite. Where if you sack it, it doesn't see any counters on it. Necro Skitter sees the counters. Dusk Urchins sees the counters. The One Ring sees the counters. There are examples where that's not the case. I can't think of a single example, though, right now. I really like Jace, but it could just be like a Treasure Cruise or something. I don't know, I like it. I feel like I'm not being degenerate enough as a blue-green deck. I'm 100% convinced I'm not being degenerate enough. I think Bestiary can come out. There was that was a game. It was part of the equation, and I just got rid of it because it was just so insanely slow. You know, I mean that applies to a lot of these scry cards. I should play the bare minimum of scry things, like the 1 and 2 mana scry cards, and like nothing else. It's probably the right idea. I don't even know if I like these. Actually, I really don't like these. I love Nissa. I'm biased towards Nissa. Especially when you never have to zero it because your commander does the zero for free. I like it even more. I like it even more. I like In Search of Greatness, kinda. Search Season of Growth, maybe slightly less. Starfish seems better, you think so? Is there like a benefit to doing it on my opponent's turn instead of mine? I suppose it blocks. It does kind of die though to like creature removal and sweepers, and this doesn't. It's like a search for Escanto. I don't know if I like it more than the Starfish. Also, the Starfish is blue. Oh, speaking of blue. Oh wait, no, never mind. I was gonna say we don't have Subtlety in here, but you can't play that in non-ranked. I wouldn't mind another. I mean, this is another game I had like what 18 mana and didn't have anything until the very end, so I could play another large threat. We do have a lot of scry stuff to find like specific cards and whatnot, sort of. So I could play another giant threat. I don't know what one, maybe Ulamog, just because I like it. Mogum. That's true. Yeah, Starfish could Planetarium on a different turn. It is funny to play Starfish. Surely running Starfish lowers my bracket, right? It's technically also a creature for Season and Elrond. Is there another scry creature though? Maybe we don't actually have to play that. Maybe we can slow down a bit here and find another option. Mazemind's Tome is the same. This has flash. This also draws a card. Maybe this is better. I like the Starfish, all right? Don't get me wrong. But I also like to win a couple games here. What do you do? Nope. What do you do? I'm not going to play 15-minute Emrakul yet. I also like Cosmos Elixir. This got, I think, buffed to scry. I don't think this used to scry. So you can't really play it on paper, but it works here. It costs 4 though. And it's kind of the same thing. It's on the end step. That's a little different. I think the game is just past these like 4 mana Phyrexian Arena effects. I think the game's just sort of past that. I'm not playing all of the untapped scry lands. Okay, wait. I could at least change that one, I suppose. Void can. I love this because it's one of my favorite lands of all time. What's this doesn't do? Suppose Rumble Arena. I don't have Forsaken. In your graveyard. Let's just take that one. That's fine. Well, I'd rather play the Starfish than this. It's like the same thing, except I don't just have to have an open attack. Scrying on attack is just worse than tapping to scry. Whenever you scry. Whenever you scry. Scry 3. If it's a creature or land, draw. You play Trackdown. I haven't really looked at the new set that much, so I don't really know. I looked at the top, like, 10 mythics, and I can't remember half of them already. So I don't know. Oh, there is Thrasios. Isn't that a mythic, though? It is, yeah. That's not happening. This is kind of interesting. It's another Scry 3. We are already playing a couple of these. I don't care about the other side of it that much, but, like, if it's a land or double-faced card draw, it's alright. I mean, it works with the commander, and it also costs less than 3. I haven't particularly tried it, so. Okay. There is the unblockable Scry 1 aura. You can put that on my commander and scry. That might be fine. Might be fine. Because the scry 1 on that aura doesn't do anything unless my commander's in play anyways. So if it's not in play, then the scry thing wouldn't matter. I don't have to play it. Could maybe get rid of Uro. I like Uro. Uro's satisfying. Well, again, with the commander's ability and the scrying, I think it's fine to shave a land, and I'm okay with it being an island, I think. No, I don't like Opt. I had talked about Opt earlier. I honestly don't even really like Preordain. But Preordain at least kind of does it. If the card doesn't set the top for you, I don't like it. For your commander. I wonder if it's better to Tails End High-Buy's trigger instead of High-Buy itself? Because once it's in play, maybe they can't use it or something. It seems whimsical. I mean, also, wait, that logic doesn't make... Never mind. It would be in play even if they cast it the first time and it resolved. It doesn't matter. Mulligan. It'd be really, really weird to keep this, especially if my opponent has a ramp spell and I don't. I just kind of lose. Well, I don't care. It's got the card that I would like to try once. Let's do this. So looking for just anything here on the top. Anything? That's not it. I do have Uro though. Probably find more lands. I have 4 in my hand. Talisman? Yep. Oh, same thing. Okay, well. They had the first ramp spell and they were on the play. It is what it is. Oh man, imagine they besage you. You'd be so happy. Destroy target creature, bitter triumph. Okay. That draws cards, technically. I think Matoya is just better than my commander here. Unless I like find specifically fetch lands for Uro. I'm a little baffled. My opponent can't find a card to discard easily here. It's only discarding one card. That's... I'm going to assume that means it's over. Because you have 8, or is it 7? You have 7 really good cards. There's nothing I can do about that. There's no way it's difficult. I refuse to believe this is hard. Okay, exploration was gone. I don't know what that means. Okay. The other card draw 1. Must be nice. Let's play you. Play you. Tireless Provisioner. That might do something. If this game isn't over, I'm putting out the other card draw shrine, so it probably is over. I'm going to draw like 10 cards a turn. I can't do anything. But Planetarium can randomly do something. It's certainly not impossible. I could also concede because my opponent is taking forever. And they're going to do it again probably with this, whatchamacallit. Okay, they have more than... Well, I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm just done. Yeah. Opponent is playing a little slow for my taste. I don't know what's difficult there, but I'm also just... I'm over it. I'm over it. On the play with a rampant growth, and I can't say anything else mattered, really. It's just faster than me. I should have mulliganed. Like I said, that was just not a good hand. It really wasn't. You can't just play Uro on turn 3 and be on the draw and expect to have done anything. It's obscenely slow. I love the Necrobloom. I haven't seen this in a long time. Actually, no, we saw a Necrobloom player not that long ago, actually. I'd rather not grab it. Okay, that's better. Now I'll grab a forest. As I say, I don't really want to grab a forest with this, but now I can. This is another deck that enjoys the rampant growth stuff. It doesn't have one. I do play a must answer threat in this spot, I think. And of course they have Snuff Out. It's like Snuff Out. I don't know what else it could possibly be. Yep. Surprise, surprise. So, Uro Bird. I have 6 mana for this next turn. name elf, and then play that. Do you get to cast it whenever you want? They can just probably blow this up with like a might or something. Whenever you scry surveil the top card, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. So it just doesn't matter when you do it. It doesn't look like it matters when you do it. But there's probably Haywire Might or something like Haywire Might. I don't know. They didn't grab a creature. Wait, am I tripping? Oh, no, white doesn't find a, okay, my bad. It doesn't find, never mind. So, land, commander, Palantir? I guess. And then we have double triggers. That's not ideal. I guess I do it like this. Okay. Guess not. Well, as long as there isn't Crater Hoof out of the blue, we're maybe okay. I don't know. Oh, look. A way to get Crater Hoof. Crazy. Oh, they don't want it. Must have Crater Hoof in hand. Oh, they want Lumra either. Wonder what that means. Probably means Crater Hoof. It is in my opponent's hand. I don't really know what else it could be. Okay. They milled over things I would not, excuse me, mill over in this spot, so that's a bit odd. That's also a bit odd. Am I dead? Did they math it out? Is that why they're doing all this? View battlefield 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so I'm dead with the double removal spell. Yeah, that makes sense then. Certainly makes sense to me. Alright. Second planetarium attempt. Look at that. I force spiked to go for the throat. Alright, love it. Well, I said the card sucked, and it sucks. Look at that. Look at that. My opponent actually didn't even need Craterhoof Behemoth. I was just dead anyways. Well, can't say I didn't try. I guess that's like not realistic, but Mystical Tutor can put something on. Well, I have Worldly Tutor as well. They put something on top, but that doesn't. If I Mystical Tutor a card that's good on top, and then I scry and cast it with Planetarium, that doesn't seem right. Because without that, I just put a random card on top, and then like if I scry, it's not going to be a land. It can't be a land. So, all right, I'm taking the Planetarium out. I'm sorry, it's not. It doesn't. It's just not good. It's like really bad, actually. It's exceptionally bad. I don't have Cyclonic Rift in here. I could try Rift. Sure. Yeah, it's also even worse when you have counter spells in your deck, and I don't think I'm going to take those out. Oh, the scry thing is just so bad, man. Well, it is what it is. I can't really fix that. Actually, let me look at my stuff. Maybe I have played this before. I don't even know how to spell my commander's name, so I have to wait a second. I don't even know. Galadriel? Galadriel? Ah. Oh, it was a year ago. Did it make it to YouTube? I wonder. Oh, I played Doppelgame that time as well. Oh, actually kind of a similar... I had kind of similar ideas here. I was playing Kazuma. That's interesting. Well, it's actually almost like very similar to this list. That's really funny. Oh, play versus draw. Play versus draw. Coming in clutch. Play versus draw. If I was on the play, we'd be big chillin'. I'm not. I might want the castle. Maybe. Midnight clock. I'm probably going to counter that while I can. Mole Man. I have a land in my graveyard, and it leaves behind problems. So I think I'll do that instead of my commander. I also don't really have a good scry thing to do, so. Okay, my opponent just got annihilated. They had the perfect opener. I mean, again, play versus draw was how they were able to do what they did. If it was the other way around, this game would look very, very different, but still won anyways. So, to be fair, this commander is rough. It's real rough to try to do what Teferi wants to do or something similar, especially when you're playing against something that will never trigger the ability for you to draw, and you like only get something out of this when you have 6 mana. I think Proft is probably just better still than this when you try to do the Teferi thing. I think Proft is just better still, but there's definitely worlds where this is better in like multiplayer where this will like always trigger, but not quite here. They also had to like deal with a 2/2, but okay. Play versus draw didn't dictate everything. Look at that. Could have, though. There's certainly a world where we lose on the sole prospect of that. It was slowly turning into that. I'll say. It was leaning in that direction. That being on the draw was the single factor I lost, but I just didn't pan out. Oh, okay. Looks like they get a rematch. Rematch. All right. What do we got this time? Mana Leak. That's it. I haven't actually played Tatyova yet. Or actually, I haven't played any of these 3 cards yet in this deck. Oh, get rid of that. Llanowar Elves into Bonnie? That's maybe something? Let's get rid of this because I want every land possible. Unfortunately. Daze. Well, I can technically daze. I don't know if I want to. Oh, please be anything but swords. Dang it. I'm not going to daze that. I'm not dazing that. That's a good draw. That's actually a really good draw. Opponent doesn't do a single thing. Let's play our commander, shall we? Don't have a way to scry, but there it is, staring at them menacingly. Opponent does not try to cast their commander there. They could have, just didn't want to, I guess. That's why, because they have a better card, of course. Do I play my commander here? I don't know if I play my commander here. Oh, I guess I do now. Okay. Sure. Can't do anything about that. I think we gotta be a bit careful. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. There's no reliable way to have anything resolve, so I'm just casting it. It doesn't. I can't do anything. Yep. So I draw it if it's a land. Okay, that's not... I guess I take the Oracle? That seems really stupid, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. I don't think it's stupid. I don't think it's stupid. And then I just pass. Okay. Well, that's probably just game. Opponent does not brainstorm. Apparently Oracle is scary enough to deal with. Kind of surprised to see that. I'm not going to lie to you. A bit surprised at that. Yep, perfect fetch land for hydroponics. Typical. They plus again. I feel like I'm always brainstorming. I feel like I'm always brainstorming, but maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm over it. You got it. Well, not a good sign. I lose to T'Challa. Not a good sign at all. T'Challa stuck on 4 lands, and nothing I did mattered. They had swords, sweeper. They had one. Yeah, it just answered everything. There wasn't a single thing I did that game that was unanswered. Everything I did was just answered. And I don't have a way to create card advantage. And my opponent found a way to create card advantage, and that was it. I could have kept the 2. Yeah, I could have. Well, it wouldn't have really changed anything if I dealt with the Toshas with Strix, Styranoid. Oh, the queue time was over a minute. You know what that means. You know what that... Oh, maybe not. It's not a Johnny. Wow. It's not a Johnny. I can't keep this, right? 1 forest. Maybe I can if I think Mossborn just gets him. I also have potentially good top decks. So the problem is it's not a turn 2 Mossborn, though. Okay. Does that change anything? Do I think I still just grab a forest. Yeah, it looks like I'm still grabbing a forest here. Currently don't necessarily need another island, so... Or a blue source in general. Yeah, that would have been amazing. There's no luck there. Alright, I would argue this is a must-answer threat. And it looks like they have Snuff out. I'm going to assume they have Snuff out. Let's play... I don't actually know what to do now. I mean, I'm playing into Snuff out no matter what I do. So I guess I'll just play this one. I don't think I can do literally nothing. Okay, they just have a different way of killing my card. I don't know the last time I've seen Corey Steelcutter. That's crazy. Okay, let's play you. Play untap source so I can play another card. This is really bad. Still kind of hoping I find a thing to do here. Can I Worldly Tutor Mole Man? That really doesn't help. That kind of helps. That actually helps. Yeah. Okay. Echoing Cavern? I suppose it's possible. Okay. Just like the last game, every single thing I've done has been answered, and my opponent is getting value while it's all being answered. Well, now the land I kept on top looks really stupid. can't even play Palantir. And we still know about Snuff Out, I think. Yep, alright. It's over. Every single thing I did that game was just, like, completely answered and ignored. Alright, this deck actually feels worse than Uro, which is kind of surprising, because Uro felt pretty bad. I could do the same thing I did with Uro, which is just annihilate anything that cares to interact, because ignoring people is better. I should just kind of sick of having to do that every time, but I suppose the logic is there, so I'm just going to play like you're gone, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. Oracle's gone. Actually, you know what? I'll just play Oracle. I'll just play it. That's fine. We're this deep into it. And I certainly miss Shark Typhoon. Let's play Lumra. Primeval Titan. Literally anything that's good. Or decent. And then I could play River's Rebuke too. No, I'd rather play like a else. Choose a creature type. Add 1 mana of any color and type. So you can go to type. I can grab Eldrazi with this. I can get Eldrazi. Pock is not that exciting. Not bad, I guess. Maybe it is just the 4-mana ramp spell I'm looking for. I mean, is that true, though? I don't know if that's true. This deck probably just wants... I could take out more counter spells, even, and like just run even more ramp and more giant stuff. That's clearly just the superior line. Because of course it is. Not allowed to play counter spells in our green decks. Well, when our commander looks like this, certainly questionable. I think I could... I mean, what's really holding this back the most is just the really bad scry cards. Because they just don't do anything when I don't have a commander, and they barely do anything when I do have a commander. But there's nothing I can do about that. And there's also just so few scry cards in here anyways, that it's not really that... It's not impeding me too heavily. No, this is probably not a World Weave deck at 27 creatures. I could play it anyways. Because who cares? Alright, take out Preordain. I kind of like Brainstorm still. I haven't even activated Moltender. There's actually a handful of cards in this deck I just haven't drawn. Kind of nutty. I feel like I'm getting a below average outcome of like card disparity. I'm not running Rampant Growth. I could, or Farseek at least. Magimal Cub? Yeah, I suppose, yeah. I think that's fine here. It looks fine. Take out Maze Mind's Tome. Alright. Nowhere to go but up. Funny blue-green decks. Well, this is just what happens when your commander isn't one of the extremely complementary commanders for a blue-green strategy, like Kinnan or the new, excuse me, the new Alchemy one with the X spells, or like they all really care about a lot of what you're doing, and the thing that this cares about is just really bad. I'm on the draw again. Oh my goodness. Please. Oh, we have an Elvish Mystic though. I guess I'll keep it. I can name Elf off of this. It doesn't really matter. This is not a blue deck. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm going to name Eldrazi with the Cavern. Opponent mulliganed. Okay, Exploration. Exploration with a mulligan is kind of rough. Not going to lie. It's actually really rough. That can deal with Utopia Sprawl. I drew one of the very few cards where Haywire Might would now be good. But it's still fine, though. It doesn't necessarily do that much against me, honestly. It's kind of just neutrally getting rid of something that wasn't a big deal to get rid of. Let's play this. Let's play Fetch Land. Have to grab... Oh, I'm going to want a second blue source at some point. Alright, get in there, random 3-3. You know what to do. I assume they will always get rid of the Utopia Sprawl. Only has 2 cards in their hand. Only have 2 cards in their hand. Sure. I wonder if it's actually better to get rid of a map token. Probably not, but it is funny. Alright. That was a good draw. Eldrazi. Let's do this. Let's get rid of that. And I think I would like to diversify. Doesn't really matter, honestly. No, I'll just do this. It's fine. Emrakul. Alright, well, it's not quite where I wanted it, but there it is. Existing. My opponent only has 1 card in their hand. That is a 4-mana artifact. Alright. We're the ones not in the top deck mode for once. And we have essentially game-ending problems in hand. What can be done about top deck? 4-mana artifact is pretty good here, honestly. Okay. That means I can't draw a card, I think? Yeah. Oh, they still swung. Really? Okay. Sure. Is that a good idea here? You can recast it. Alright, yeah. No fetch land. Just cast Lumra. Another giant problem. You know what? I will swing with the Mystic. I will swing with it. They can't block it. Or if they can, they're really not interested in it. They can crack the Hedron Archive. Surprised they didn't last turn. Opponent just top decks Portal to Phyrexia, because of course they do. The Bonnie doesn't have text on it, but Kama's in the graveyard, and I can't stop it. Ulamog doesn't stop it either, so... Play my commander and scry with... Oh, can I even do both? No. This happened last time I played against T'Challa. They just top-decked Portal. Like one of the very few cards in this deck that are a problem. And actually, there's a lot of times where this doesn't actually do anything, because I don't have a randomly milled Kama in my graveyard. Maybe Emrakul's still good enough, I don't know. Well. If I swing, they can tap it. They can double block Indestructible Trade? No, I don't think I can attack because T'Challa won't die forever. Although T'Challa dying forever doesn't really matter anyways. Like, I don't have a good attack anyways, and, you know. So I take Haywire Might to kill the portal. Opponent draws that, which does kill their Kama. Let's tap you with this. Let's float a green. Do that. And then kill Kama with this. And I will draw 2 off of their card. What is the 10 rings? Max hand size is 10? Okay, so that's just always happening. They can't swing at me. I mean, you have exactly 10 minutes. Oh, it's 8 mana. Oh, never mind, it's not 10. It doesn't matter how you cast this. It actually doesn't matter at all how you cast it. They don't have to manually tap there. Okay, they did not play Llanowar Elves, but they do have a way to tap a creature anyways, so that doesn't really matter. I draw nothing. I can find Ulamog, but then I can't use Ulamog. Let's animate Echoing Caverns, so if it dies, I can, like, reuse it, sort of. They can tap one of these. Again, there's nothing I can do about that. And I think I just pass. Well, another glorious top deck. They would have had it even if I did not crack the thing I cracked. Whatchamacallit. That does not give trample. At least I don't think it gives... Yeah, it doesn't get trample. Opponent does not attack me. Okay, well, that was weird. Let's bounce the ring. Let's find... I believe this is Ulamog. I have protection from instants, so they have to have something... Yeah, alright. I don't really know what they could have other than that ring thing tapping the Eldrazi thing, so... Sweet! We actually did it. We beat the... This happened last time. Actually, I think I played against this 2 times before. In both times, it just, like, top-decked one of the very few explosive artifacts that it can run. But this time we had a really interesting way to deal with it. I think most of the times, it would not have been that smooth dealing with the, what is it, portal, but it was that time. And this is a strange one. Like, this is actually an example of what I'm talking about, where you don't actually have a lot of insanely scary, problematic artifacts to exploit these things. So you're just playing stuff like this. This isn't bad. It's not bad, but if you're like a green-white deck and you just have like ramp spells and discounters and, you know, suppose a few removal spells, maybe even a few board wipes, this isn't the scariest thing to happen to your opponent when you play it. Especially when you don't actually get access to the cards the turn you cast it, for the most part. So it's not that scary. It's still good. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not crazy, right? It's no Emrakul at 8 mana, which, like, this sometimes is just 8 mana. It's not that crazy, but you just got to play something to justify all these Vibranium tokens. And Portal is probably just the best one, and I always see Portal every time my opponent has they get to 9 mana, they just have the Portal. But this time I actually beat it. I also happen to have this in my graveyard, which I'd say a lot of the time I wouldn't have this actually in the graveyard. So the bounty's gone forever. And if this ever got milled, I would have lost my graveyard. So there's like lines where Portal wouldn't have been that crazy, but Lumra just happened to make it crazy, and I happened to deal with it. And apparently my next card was Uro. How do I know that? Oh, it's because of the Prismatic Vista, right? All right, sweet. Yeah, that Echoing Land was pretty nice. If it ever dies, because it's an animated land, it could find a different creature type. Actually, I should look at that. What other creature type would I name with that? That would make sense. Merfolk, because Tatyova's good. Hawk is a cat. Lumra's a bear elemental. Bonnie's a human druid, right? Giant scout. I couldn't be more wrong. What happens when you're... Okay, you only do it once. Surprised I like that land. I'm also surprised I've never seen it before. What's my other quest? Red or black? Play some Rowan. Play some Rowan to clear that quest out for tomorrow. But I have the Mole Man, which I think is also a mole, isn't it? Also, I can't choose mole because all it does is grab mole. I get Badger Mole Cub, and then I can't use it again until Badger Mole Cub kills it, and that seems like really weird. Oh, it's not a mole. Huh. Okay. I'm on the draw against a red deck. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery that targets an artifact or land, copy it. So probably some kind of land destruction, I assume? But it's mono red, so I don't know. I'm on the draw. I mean, Mole Man is really good against what I assume is land destruction. I don't know. But even if I named Cub with it, I would grab Cub the first time. It would no longer do anything until Cub killed it, and all I did was just get Cub. That seems really weird. If they make me shuffle... Okay, they don't. I was going to say, if I have to shuffle there, that would actually be really bad. Let's grab Breeding Pool. Hopefully there's a land destruction spell here. Actually, no, not hopefully, because I can't play 2 lands next turn. And never mind. Okay. I don't have any blue, right? Yeah, no blue. I didn't grab a basic island. Let's grab... Do I have a land in my grave? I don't even have a land in my graveyard. Alright, I'm not gonna not play it. But if they blow up lands and this is alive, I get the lands back. I really just need an island here. That's the big thing. Which I might not ever get. Might not ever get an island here. Sapling Nursery if it gets into... No, I mean, it can't. Just can't. Yep. Yeah, this probably is just a lose to Blood Moon in the land destruction side. Just is completely irrelevant. Just lose to Blood Moon. Yeah, alright, I just lost to Blood Moon. Nothing else matters. If I grabbed an island, we'd be better off, but I still really don't have a good time of it, even if I had an island there. It would not solve problems. I should have just grabbed an island, I guess, but... I don't know. I'm not beating Blood Moon. Well, on the bright side, their interacting with my lands with spells didn't matter. Can't beat Blood Moon. Lands that punish like greedy mana bases I am certainly a fan of. I like Blood Moon. Because it doesn't get you if you just play, you know, anything that isn't that. I'm again on the draw. I'm again on the draw, man. I want to look. I'm actually curious. This feels like the second time in the past month where I'm on the draw in it. The vast majority of the games I play in a given sitting feels like that. I'm going to concede to a removal spell. I'm not going to waste my time. Yep. On the play, Ragavan. Enjoy your free win. Very interesting. Play versus draw. If I had Llanowar Elves first, game looks radically different. Regavid is so stupid. It's so even after all this time, it's just so stupid. So stupid. If ever there was a more non-game card. Such a dumb card, man. I do not have green in this hand. I do not have green. Alright, now I do have green. But I have an Eldrazi, which looks real questionable. What on earth is this? Whenever it enters, connive, blah, 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 blah. Connives, you discard one or more cards, exile them from your graveyard as dies, exile card. What? Okay. Sure. Play you. Let's get an island. Yeah, I think Ragavan could go. I wouldn't be against that. I think I'm going to play this. Well, actually, I don't know what to do. Alright, I'll play this. My commander doesn't have anything to do, so... Which is going to be a recurring issue, given the how the deck works. This also lets me cast something good next turn, potentially. Assuming I don't just automatically lose to a board wipe. Dare I say this is play versus draw once more. Alright, this probably... Wait, what does this actually do? Yeah. Sure, let's play that, I think. Right? What is the plus on this? Yeah, I don't really care about the plus, so I suppose that means I should cast this and pass. I think leaving up my counterspell is vastly superior. Does not put it on top. Does not put it on top. Okay. Palantir is good. Let's move phases, see what happens. There is interaction, apparently. I'd like to swing here. And I'll just hold off on... Let's see if this resolves first, actually. Sure. Oh, look, a sweeper. Wow. And a perfect answer for my comma, so I can't play it. Cool. Land? Yeah, I think we want to land here, right? I do have this at some point, maybe, sort of, kind of. I think they have to trade. Oh, come on, dude! Alright, well. Silly me. Alright. There you go. Can we not have a removal spell, please? That'd be cool. Put all this effort into this comma here. Toxic Deluge for 6. Alright, perfect removal. Nice. Four, 5, 6, 7. Not even close to Ulamog. Rofellos, and then I have 6 for Cyclonic Rift. What if I just played my commander instead? And nothing matters? Let's do that instead, I guess. Rofellos is one of the very few cards that might do something. Alright, never mind. You got it. You got it. Well, at least my opponent's commander was useless, but so was mine. There's a lot of planeswalkers that I feel like I could beat, just not Teferi. They have like the best planeswalker in their entire deck. As a random one of. I actually drew a way to cast Ulamog, which is crazy. If I top decked Emrakul, no, that wouldn't have done it. Yeah, Teferi is just too bad. Way too bad. There's nothing I can do. They also played a creature that, or the last Planeswalker they played dealt with both creatures too. Which actually happened, yeah, like they cashed in everything right when they needed to. There's definitely situations where their Planeswalkers don't line up that well against me. That just wasn't one of them. But there's definitely lines where their Planeswalkers are just not having a good time. I gotta read this. Scry 3, then reveal the top card of your library if it's a creature. Do I play that turn? I think I do, actually. Lotus Cobra and Rofellos. Why not? Do I play Lotus Cobra or do I play Rofellos? I only have one forest. I guess I play Lotus Cobra though. It doesn't really matter which one I play, honestly. Doesn't feel like it matters. Okay, yep. Wonder what that means. Let's grab a forest. Yeah, if they stack their deck, they wouldn't. Yeah. Yeah, the deck was stacked for them. Again, only one forest. I can get a second one. But I don't really have a great turn next turn. The fact that they had to think about Mind Stone is losing my voice is concerning to me. Let's play around problems, I guess. Tap. Wait, tap you? Like that? I don't think that really matters, but that's what I did. Yeah, this plays around what I think was them contemplating a counterspell, because they didn't play Mind Stone instantly, and that doesn't... There's not many things that could mean. Nazgul, sweet. Yep, no Scute Swarm. I haven't played Scute Swarm a single time. I'm kind of surprised this plays colorless, whatchamacallit. This has Death Touch, right? Yeah, this has Death Touch. Ramp spells here. Kind of surprised. I feel like you don't have to do this anymore, given the amount of stuff in the game. I should have read Sauron further. I didn't even know if it was uncounterable. I just sort of sent it. Wow, they do swing? Okay, wait. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Let's play you. Fetch land. Let's play this thing. Scry 3, real top. If it's a creature or land, draw. It's a creature or land, draw. Creature or land, draw. So like that, this goes away. I draw this. And then, yeah, alright. So I do this, that. Draw that. Stack it like this. Draw that. Reveal a random card. Land? Oh, it's Scute Swarm. Everybody hold their breath. Which I don't even know matters because I already have Sapling Nursery, but it certainly feels good. I have to read this again. Ward, sack a legendary artifact creature. Amass Orcs 1 when I play a card? Okay. Okay, we're in. Let's do stupid stuff. I don't care about the Orc army. This doesn't matter. And we pass. My opponent might have to be the one with a board wipe. Maybe, sort of. Don't care about Nazguls, right? Not really. Oh, I guess I do care about Nazguls. Oh, yeah. Alright, never mind. Wait, how do you... Ward sack a legendary creature or artifact? So if I target this... No, I'm still not gonna do that. Opponent got rid of some pretty good cards there. Okay. Shoot. We take that. Okay. They can't do the Sauron thing now. Opponent gets... Whenever you cycle or discard another card, put a 1 counter on each... Wait, opponent, you just got rid of the card you tutored for. What? What are you doing? What are you doing? That was weird. Suppose I'm just gonna do that. They just got rid of the card. I mean, they could... Well, I mean, it's all random, so I don't actually know. No fetch land. Yeah, this is a pretty miserable draw here. Let's grab this, I guess. It doesn't really matter. And then I don't think I can attack, so... I have Cyclonic Rift, which most likely gets countered, even if they're randomly discarding their hand every turn. Okay, I mean, they can keep discarding 4, drawing 4. Well, if they want to reanimate stuff, they don't have cards. They keep randomly getting rid of their hand. So it doesn't seem like that's what's going on. They did it again. Okay. They tutored for a card and then got rid of it. In a context of just looting away their whole hand all the time. Okay, there are only 4 more Nazguls. There are only 4 more. I can do it now, and then what? They, like, don't activate Sauron? But, yeah, no, it doesn't matter, because they'll just continue to do it anyways. Well, none of them have trample, so... They can only do the Nazgul loot thing the last Nazgul. So people keep saying they're trying to reanimate creatures. That doesn't make sense though. They're just looting away their whole hand. They're not playing to that plan. It doesn't look like they are. If I do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, yeah, I'll do this. And I guess I'll name Eldrazi, which maybe matters. I don't know. Opponent knew this was a possibility, but see how important that is. I drew a land. Lovely. So, more Skewed Swarms. More 3/4s. And still no attack, really. Unless it's a one-shot, there's no incentive to swing, like, once. Yeah, they keep wheeling their hand. So they can't play consistently to any one thing. Orcish Bowmasters. Okay, that might not do a single thing this entire game. I don't know if I draw... Oh, I actually do have Matoya in play. Shieldred would have been gaining a lot of life. That would have been nice, maybe. Okay, another Tempt the One Ring card. Are we just looting once more? What is all this pan into? What's the stage? They got rid of another good set of cards. Zombify. Alright, now there's a problem. Now whenever they do their thing, I get hosed. This is -2/-2, so I should do this now. My opponent's hand is random. All right. The blowout is real. The blowout is real. Look at it. Look at it go. Look at it, look at it go. Yeah. They saw half their deck. I don't think I've ever seen Sauron with Nazguls. I don't know. When I played it, I didn't play with the Nazguls, but that's pretty cool. I like that idea, I suppose, but yeah. I don't know if Bowmaster... My opponent's probably just playing the same thing I'm trying to do, is just play a Lord of the Rings commander because the Lord of the Rings set is about to come out. But yeah, Bowmaster is not really doing much, and I guess it makes sense to put this in your hand anyways and still loot it, but if my opponent just didn't do that, they could have just played it for 5 and then just started doing their thing faster. So they just didn't do that. Also, are they just dead? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, they are actually just dead. All right, what was wheeled away? That would have been really good. This, technically that, this, that, this. This would have been good. Oh, this would have been really good, actually. It would have been getting like 16 life a turn or something. 8 life. No, 10 life. Oh, yeah, actually more than that. More than that. That would have been good. There definitely was reanimate stuff. Valgavoth is in my opponent's deck. Removal spell would have been solid. These would have been good. This actually would have been maybe too late. This was good. They had that. Yeah, I mean, they got rid of cards that played just to continue to loot. All right, love it. Funny. I'd be rather blown away if my opponent had the Dark Realms in their deck. Just a smidge blown away. I kind of doubt that, though. I think I think they shouldn't have discarded the card they tutored for. That's what I think. On the draw again. All right. I'm not going to cultivate. I refuse to flare this, assuming it will die or something. Wow, look at that. I get to untap with a bird. That's world first. Let's get, I think, 2 islands here, actually. Alright, I have Pock Fetch Land. World first. World first. I don't even know what this does. When this creature enters, choose a white creature in your hand. It gets offspring. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I can't play around a counterspell. I mean, I actually can play around a counterspell, and I think I will. Yeah. I don't care if this gets countered. Okay, it didn't get countered. Kind of upset about that. Let's play that. But that might be a good sign. They crack a clue token, and same thing as last turn. Beginning of your end step, up to 1 target artifact you control and 1 creature. I don't even know what this is. Exile up to 1 target creature. Its controller seeks a creature card. Do you even get rid of my commander? This is very dangerous. This is a nutty card. Alright, they do. I'm not sure I would do that. They can do that again. Play this. Play that. And pass. I do have Breeding Pool in my deck. I think it's like the only way to cast this here. I think. This actually just, it does just straight up deal with anything I do, so. You control, return that creature. Okay. Return that creature. Shoot, does the copy come in? Okay, it does. Let's grab you. Alright, I gotta read this. Okay. I'm just making sure that's exactly what I think it is. Alright. They have it again, but that's fine. I would actually kind of enjoy the idea of cycling my Hawk at this point, so that seems pretty good for me. Same with another random creature like this. I would like... No, my commander. Definitely my commander. And do I want to play Castle or this? I think I'll play Castle. And then I'll play Palantir. Right? I can pitch Oracle to Force of Negation if I even need to do that, and I will swing. Because again, it's just going to get exiled anyways. But yeah, I think this is really good for me. And I can't keep this because they'll just mill. They'll just mill, doesn't matter. Land. Dang it. Awful card. Anything I can do about it? I can upkeep Scry it away. Cacique doesn't shuffle. Again, I think this is the right thing to do. I want these 2 creatures to be something else. I think this is the right thing to do. In fact, I think my opponent should recognize that and maybe not let me cycle these 2 cards. Okay, that's, well, not particularly scary right now. Okay. Wait, what? Wait, I gotta read more of this? Stun counter? Okay, sure. I got scared. I was like, my opponent scries 3? Wait a minute. That goes away. Does this deal with that? No. So I'll keep that. Let's get rid of that. Excuse me. And then play this. And I guess I play this. And then Oracle. I think. Kama's not really doing anything given the Polymorphist, and neither is Craterhoof. But it could argue this is another 2 cards I just don't care if they get turned into a different creature. No and no. Oh, that was 4 cards that were not going to be very useful. You have like Ephemerate or something? What are we holding 1 mana for? Ephemerate's, as per usual, one of the best cards in this deck. It's not Ephemerate. Opponent really is not hesitating doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not dead. Sure. What does this do? Draw a card? Oh, it bounces permanents. Oh, whatever. Lock there. What do we think that card is? I have no idea. I can cast Uro out of the graveyard. Right? Is that good, though? Is that better than anything else I could do? They can flicker... They can flicker that, though. Maybe I don't cast Uro? Because they cast their commander and then, like, bounce the dig through time? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not lethal. So I should leave up my answer to what my opponent has to deal with my thing. Opponent just took a great deal of damage, which, you know, don't matter too much in this spot. They drew a land for the turn. Very unlikely I die here. What does that do? When it enters, for each opponent, put 1 target non-land permanent that represents on the top third from the top. Alright. No. Okay, so now I have to think. Never a good sign. None of these are completely immune to my opponent's stuff. I can get Scute Swarm, but then I don't have a way to get... Oh, yes, I do. Scute Swarm... Primeval Titan? Scute Swarm... Lumra is even better? This is a very good way to defend myself. I drew a land too. Pretty nice. Alright, now they need something to get rid of all of this, which is maybe very difficult. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tailson coming in hot. That's 7. Is Craterhoof lethal on its own? Not, wait, it is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 plus 5. 13 plus 5. 13 plus 5. 13 plus 5. I can do it. I can do it. 18. 17. Opponent is dead. I didn't even have to play defense. They're just dead. Well, that was not how I thought I was going to kill my opponent, but that actually killed my opponent. Alright. Yep, it was 100% correct to not cast Uro. I think maybe in a lot of spots people would just cast it there. That was a spot where I really shouldn't. It just doesn't matter. They can fairly reliably just deal with it by casting their own commander and then like exiling one of these and well, they do have to deal with the defense of the heart, so Uro might just live the turn cycle, but that doesn't get me very far. I much prefer to you know, just do something like this. But yeah, I actually killed my opponent there too. Crazy. I do think this is very weird. I've never seen this card in my life. I don't know if I like it. It sort of gives me control of when I'm done with something. I can just like play it out and then let you get rid of it and excuse me, find something else to do, right? It's not like Pok is bad, but I have so much mana, I can just try to find something else in that instance, and well, I did. Also, they didn't swing with it that one turn where I could have blocked it, so my opponent felt like it was still really good. But if they did swing with it, I would have been even lower. Like, I'm so low, I don't think you can just not swing with that. But the stun counter, I think, also maybe kind of mattered. Like, if they swung here and this was able to attack me, I might have died here. And Uro would have gave me 3 life. I might have just been dead if they... Well, the stun counter, there's nothing they could do about that. No force negation, and my opponent never cast their commander. Sweet. Oh, it can target your own creatures too. Oh, yep. I can see why you would want to do that. Alright, I'm done with that deck. I'm going to play Rowan until I complete the black-red quest, and then I'm just going to talk about my deck. But I am finished playing it. That was an interesting game. I was just getting poked to death. Kind of funny. Rowan is certainly a lot worse than it was, given the kind of new arsenal of answers. It has come back, I guess, a little because Force of Will's gone and whatnot, Subtlety. I don't know. Death Touch Ward, get 5 poison counters whenever another creature you control dies. Each opponent sacks a non-token creature of their choice. Beautiful. Deathrite Shaman. Okay. With a fetch land. You got it. Play my commander? Care about nothing? It counts as a black and red spell for my quest. Deathrite Shaman. I love it. I want this card back in Modern. They have another fetch land. Oh, they also milled the land. Alright, Deathrite Shaman always having the sauce here. I don't know what this is, but I'm sure it's a black card. No, it's not. Okay. There's no way you have a fight. Death touch. Wait, what? Death touch ward gets 5. All right. I mean, I like it. I suppose I'm all in. That top deck was probably one of the best draws in my deck. Right there. Probably one of the best things I could have drawn. Do this. Dark Ritual. Unfortunately, I'm kind of out of practice, so I don't... I might whiff this. Might fail. Let's see, I got 4 mana. I cast this, I do that, and do that. Alright, I think I got it. I love this deck so much. Oh, this deck is so cool. Reanimate. Wait, no, not Reanimate. Necromancy? Necromancy. Put a card to your hand. This one. Alright. And then this almost always wins the game. We shall see. I cannot play Shieldred. So, just send it. Oh, hey, it's Grape Shot. This monk doesn't feel great here. I think I draw again. I can do it one more time. Peer is good. Coveted Prize is a 1-mana tutor. Let's find something that costs not that much. Tendies? Can I play this? Discount of 3? Okay, I think that's enough here. Grape Shot. Target my opponent. Yes! Yes! Alright, I get a bunch of... this is caster copy. So I get like, what is it, 6 or 7 treasure tokens. And then from there, it's 100% to win. I can peer, I can tutor. Oh, this deck is great. That was a turn 4 win. That top deck fetch land is how I got away with that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thought it was rusty. Get out of here. There's also a really fast way to complete a red or black quest. Really fast way to do that. Oh, the lions. The lions. I have never seen my opponent's commander. Didn't know it was in the game. And I, right now, couldn't even tell you what the bottom part was. I don't even remember. Or the name of the character. I already forgot. Serpent Society? That's the name of it? It seems really okay, so I don't know why we're glad we're bullying in a very okay deck. Doesn't really seem that crazy to me. Like, I think it's fine. I should probably go all in here and just start with Grief just because of Ragavan. See if it matters. Sleight of Hand, Brotherhood's End, Flashback, Agent of Spaghetti. Alright, that blocks. Sorry, opponent, just get that going. It blocks this. Taste the rainbow, opponent. Taste the rainbow. See? Isn't that great YouTube content? Don't you love Ragavan? Oh. Oh, yes. Isn't Ragavan fun? Isn't it a cool card? Oh, man. Oh, I love this deck. Tarnished Citadel? Don't know. Don't remember it by name. Yeah, the ranked queue, everyone really is in ranked. It really does seem like that. The non-ranked queue is so much longer. Which is cool. I like that. I think I like that. Maybe for some commanders. Definitely some, not all of them. Definitely not Rowan. Rowan does not want to play against Force of Will. Doesn't want to play against Force of Will. Maybe it does. I could play like, I'd have to change it. I just have to change the deck. It would gain Chrome Mox, I guess. And I suppose Ancient Tomb, kind of. Faithless Looting, Coveted Spaghetti. I'm on the play with Looties. I think I played either turn 1 or 2. Probably turn 2? I don't see a reason to play it right now. Opponent has a free spell that's castable in the red deck. I don't know what it is. I actually don't even know what to begin to guess what it is. Well, that's not ideal. Let's play that. It's a 0-mana red spell. Pyrokinesis doesn't need a target though. I thought it did. Maybe it doesn't. Let's find out. Let's find out together. How does the commander die? Alright, not at all how I wanted it to die, but nothing I can do about it. Does Pyrokinesis need a target? I think I asked this before and I can't remember. So. Seize the spoils? My opponent they just ghost fired my face? Okay. Yep. That's a legal play. You can do that. A land is fine. Let's play Illicit Shipment. No, we play Coveted Prize. And I could find Grief here, which might matter. Maybe. I don't know. I think I should find Grief. Bolas's Citadel's castable next turn, but I might not have a ton of life. And then they just sort of like lose if it doesn't work. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Just play it. Just play the next game if it doesn't work. It's not likely to work. I've never really just used Bolas's Citadel to win, but clearly my commander is not part of the game plan. Wait, did anyone answer me about the, I feel like I didn't get an answer. Can my opponent play, Pyrokinesis with no targets? Yes. Alright, so it was obviously Pyrokinesis. I got what I wanted, though. I did get what I want. Which is quite nice. I could have played these in a different order, maybe? And like... No, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It says any number, so it definitely can. Also, it's the only card in the entire game my opponent could ever have in a red deck that is castable like no mana. So... I can try to cast my commander again, but I don't think it's going to work. And I don't think I want to draw off of this. What does this do? Swords you control deals non-combat damage. Do a thing, do stuff. Okay. They didn't have to do that to play Thor. But why did my opponent do that? They didn't have to do that. Okay. Yeah. Suppose this is why they did it? Okay. So shift enter. Alright, that was all really, really weird. I can play my commander and then take 9, 10, 11. This is better on average than my... Bolas Citadel is so insanely unreliable. You know what? I don't really care. I said I don't care. I still don't care. All right, Unearth. Burgee. There, I did something. Let's play this. Let's get rid of... Shock. A land. I will just get that out of the way. Another land. Play a tutor. Casualty doesn't really matter. And then it has to be like Pirates Pillage. Wait, it has to be castable, so Underworld Breach? Not castable. One ring? Desperation mode? Nothing? I am not dead? On board? You drew a creature? Really? Okay, that doesn't kill me. Doesn't kill me, technically. One ring time. Play this. Pass. I am doing nothing of consequence. If my commander was... No, that wouldn't have done anything either. Couldn't they have just kept that in... No, never mind. Pretty sure I'm just 100% dead. I don't think I can win from one life. Gristlebrand isn't... I can Worst Fears? Oh, but that doesn't do anything. I mean, I'm still going to cast it because it's so funny. And then pass the turn. All right, come on. Something ridiculous. Okay, that's not ridiculous. I'm going to cast it. Let's do... Do an opponent? All right, there's nothing I can do then, yeah. Nothing I can do. 2/2 goblin. Yep, do this. Resolve. Shove aside. And that thing. So it doesn't really matter what I do with, I guess I'll keep a thing in there and then you can draw that. Opponent draws a card. It's not an instant, so I don't just die. Untap. Draw. No, it's an instant. It's supposed to be an instant. Oh, it's not an instant. Oh, I made a mistake. Okay. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm getting worked up on it. I'm 100% dead. I have no else, but that is kind of funny. I could draw... yeah, I'm always dead. It doesn't matter. Tragic. But I was honestly dead like pseudo turn 0 because of the pyrokinesis. Oh, I didn't look at my quest. Did I finish the quest? That's the whole reason I'm playing this. I didn't even look. That Ghostfire face, though, I don't really know if I would ever do that. I'm not sure why they did that. Definitely strange. Definitely odd. So I can Dark Ritual my commander next turn, but that doesn't really do anything. That doesn't really do anything. Let's have an early Shieldred. I very, very rarely do this, so why not? Alright, look at that. What's better than Ragavan? Shieldred, apparently. It stops the Tanic from... No, it doesn't even stop it. The problem here is my opponent will just have to deal with this probably the entire game, and that might just be too much, because they're very, very unlikely to kill it. So, yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Dark Ritual just win instantly. It actually has been a while. Alright, we did it. We completed the quest. I think that was the last one I needed. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. Alright, I'm not going to play it anymore. Not going to play it anymore. We're going to talk about this, and then we're going to be done. Okay, so I will say that I probably said this last time. I actually forgot. Every time I forget I played something, most likely that means it was really bad, and I had played this a year ago and totally forgot. I've seen other people play it, even a couple times recently, and it sort of just did the blue-green thing and the scry, their entire text box, just like didn't matter. But I think I don't know if I've lost to it having seen it recently, but it does seem like it's just worse than Uro, and probably worse than the Ninja Turtle thing I was talking about earlier, where you just play lands off the top. Oracle of Moldiah in the command zone is better than Oracle of Moldiah in the command zone, but you need to scry to do that. Like, I think the Ninja Turtle is just better. It might even just be really good. I know it was good in the midweek thing where I played it, where every creature in my deck was a turtle. So, like, all your creatures are changelings was the midweek thing. So you could just play, infinite turtles. And I don't even know if that mattered. I think just simply casting or playing lands off the top was just a lot better than any creature I could have found most of the games I played with it, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this should just be here, and I think your deck is automatically better. I mean, you have to play a goofy Fortnite card, but, it's here to stay forever. So, it is what it is. Yeah, this just doesn't work. I tried a lot of random scry cards, and as I played more and more, I took more and more out because they are far and away the worst thing to have in your deck. They kind of do something if your commander's not alive or in play, but they really don't do a lot if your commander isn't in the game. So they have to be, in my opinion, sort of a heavy scry, like a scry 3 for 1 mana, and scry 3 for 1 mana. I think it was a 2 mana one. Or they have to continuously scry all the time, right? This scries every turn, every turn, every turn, every turn, so on and so forth. This just draws from all of that. Oh, excuse me, this one does. With the amount of scry I had remaining, I might have even had just too few to even run this, right? But at that point, it's like, oh, why are we even playing this commander? You'd have too few cards to trigger it, but there's just not a lot of good cards at all. Really, the ones even in this deck don't feel that good. Scrying in general is not really that good. We don't have Crystal Ball. That would be a really nice one. Or what is the other one? Not Crystal Ball. It's like a buyback. It's one of my favorite cards. I just love it. It's Sprout Swarm is one of my favorite, probably my favorite card of all time is Sprout Swarm. And it's the blue one. It's like Scry 3 buyback for 3 mana, so it's like a 4 mana every turn you scry 3 or something like that. It's like a buyback spell. That would be nice for this deck as well, but we don't have it. And that's just a slower thing, right? This commander shines very well in multiplayer, but here, not so much. No one's going to give you time to do this, so what you have to do instead is just ramp right past your opponent and then cast the giant dumb things. The counter, it's the same issue I had with Uro, where like having interaction with counter spells and, well, any other kind of interaction in that way or whatever, just got in the way of just, it is ignoring them, right? Ignore them. Just go faster than them. Play more expensive cards too quickly and they can't do anything. That just seems better, and it seemed better here again. This is not only worse than what I think is a Ninja Turtle, I think it's worse than that. It's worse than Uro. Like, even if I swapped the commanders here, I think, even having just played Uro, I think Uro would just be better in this deck list. It just didn't really work out. There was that one thing that we tried for a second and was also just really, really, really bad. This is not good with counter spells in your deck, and even with a critical mass of expensive cards, you have to like have them on top, and you can't really control the top of your deck. I mean, there's like Worldly Tutor, I guess, and the Mystical Tutor, but it's this just because you scry doesn't mean it's that much better than simply cascading. Like what is it? Maelstrom Wanderer, my first commander of all time, was Maelstrom Wanderer. It's like cascading is about as good as just whatever this is going to do. Cascading for, you could say 7 mana because it's like 6 to cast and 1 to activate, so it's kind of like a Cascade 7. I know it can hit more than that, but there's not a lot of cards in this deck that cost more than 6 or 7 anyways in this deck. And you have 6 mana to cast this. You can just cast 6 drops. You don't even need to cast free things, right? I would almost always prefer this just be Lumra, and then I can just mill a bunch of lands or something and then ramp into 11 plus mana and start casting Eldrazi out of my hand, right? This doesn't cast anything out of your hand. It's 4 mana away from Omniscience, so you might as well just play Omniscience. It just doesn't feel like you play this and then you scry on your turn and do something. You scry on your opponent's turn and do something with a different card, and then you scry on this and blah blah blah. Like that doesn't feel good at all. You're just better off playing a green ramp deck that just casts the giant dumb stuff instead of like hope they're on top to cast them. Especially, yeah, like Brainstorm can set it up, and that's kind of it, really. Right? If cards are stuck in your hand, you can't really put them on top that reliably anyways. You could like maybe draw a discard with some blue cards, but that doesn't put them on top. So yeah, this is just super, super unreliable. Also, counterspells don't work with it. You can get a counterspell and line it up with the scry spell, but okay, you know, that's the entire Lego set just all put together already, and now you just put the, you know, cherry on top of it. You've already doing all this crazy stuff. That's just way too much. But I did get it to trigger in a 1 turn cycle both times, like my turn and my opponent's, and both times it was awful. Even with my commander in play, this is really bad. You should always say yes to this, even if you don't know the card on top. You should just say yes. There's not really a reason to ever say no and hide the card. Just say yes to it. But if you ever play a card like Chocobo or Oracle of Moldiah, or again the Ninja Turtle, you're just gonna play the lands off the top without needing to scry. There's cards that are like that just do that, right? And one of them goes in the command zone. You don't have to scry to do the thing. The ring tempting you, you need another creature and this, and a card that tempts the one ring in your hand. There's not a lot of cards that do that. I was running them, and just like the scry cards, I started taking them out. They seemed really bad. I probably had the same conclusion last time I played this, where I started with like tempt the one ring and bad scry spells, and then I slowly took them out. And here I am a year later doing the exact same thing. Probably, I'm not going to go back and watch my own video, but probably that's what happened. Doesn't surprise me. So yeah, you just want to like, if you ever take a counterspell out and replace it with a rant spell, I would say that's probably a good idea, and it's not wrong to do that, even though the free ones are pretty solid regardless. Just going more into the green thing is better, and the scry thing is really, really not good. It's only gotten harder. It's been a year, right? It's only gotten harder. It's never gonna get easier to do this. The scaling of every archetype is going to be a lot faster than the scaling of the scry archetype. That's not going to get a lot of cards every set that, you know, support. This is not going to get a lot of support every set. Maybe specifically with the next set. I haven't looked at the Hobbit cards. Not really that hard, but I looked at a few of them. This is, you know, maybe there's scry in there. I don't know, but yeah, you just can't get away with this. It's just not getting away with it. Especially with cards like the alchemy one that taps for 2 mana. it plays into your deck way better than this does. I will say it did feel, yet again, I was on the draw a lot. And when you're already playing something like this and you're kind of on the back foot, and if you don't have a 1-drop and you're on the draw, maybe you just have to mulligan every time. I don't know. And if that's the case, maybe I just need a Boiler Grazer, Kami, Burgeoning, and what is it, Exploration? Maybe they just have to be in here. Because, again, being on the draw in no 1-drop and a commander like this is... it's already like a 10% deficit to the matchup percentage. And it feels really bad. But it's not as bad as Felia. Felia was really notable here. But yeah, I don't know. This is cool with Scute Swarm, but you know what's even better with Scute Swarm? Just playing lands, right? You don't need to scry every time you get a Scute Swarm trigger, and then like your commander's in play, so you get a land each time, and then you trigger it again, and then you effectively have, if you get decently lucky, will just go right up to 250 tokens, and then have like 250 scry triggers, and you can just put every land in your deck into play and then pass the turn, and your opponent could just sweep the board and you have all the lands in your deck in play, and that's cool. But you don't have to do all that. You can just play Scute Swarm and be like, oh, you have to answer it. You know, if you don't answer it, you lose. I don't need the Season of Growth, but yes, the Season of Growth with your commander would ideally let it happen faster, which is nice, but that's A plus B plus C plus D, because you need lands. You need 3 cards, and you need lands off the top. Scrying 1 over and over. So, But, yeah, it's all right. I will say, of all the cards in this deck here, this thing, I've never seen this, and if I have, I don't remember. But this is pretty good. I probably will start to play this land moving forward. It just wasn't something I knew existed, and now I do. This is pretty good. Like, you name Eldrazi. Honestly, because of this card, I could probably just not play Ulamog at all, and then always hit Emrakul with it. And that might be something there, or what you would call it, like Hour of Promise can find it, Primeval Titan can find it. Like, it's a pretty good way of finding something, right? Like, you play one card of its own creature type, so that you can always find that one card if you want. And you don't even have to do that. You can just name something else. You can also animate this with Earthbend, and when it dies, it resets. So I like this card a lot. I'm really surprised I haven't seen it. It is slow, but it's not like that slow. And a blue-green deck just enjoys those kinds of things. So that was a really good card. Good to know about, at least. But yeah, just as an example, just take out this, or like summon Bahamut, whatever the creature type of that. I think it's dragon, and then boom, there you go. You just always have it. But then, maybe you don't play Bloomvine Regent because it's also a dragon, and there's like ideas there. I don't know, but yeah, not really there. It just isn't there. Honestly, I would have almost always preferred if like Palantir was in my command zone, but you can't do that. That would be kind of cool though, but you can't do that. So it is what it is. The next set comes out tomorrow. So everyone buckle up for that. I don't know if I'm going to play tomorrow, but yeah, so I'll have a wide range of new things to play, and I have a ton of currency because I kind of got over the Marvel set really quickly. There were a lot of interesting Marvel ones, but I kind of ran out, and I didn't want to play anymore, so that's what that is. All right, so let me know what you thought about this. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.